cool.
We can hear
Fine.
you.
Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yay!
Yay!
Awesome.
Woo!
Woo! Oh, well, yeah, just going back.
We're
to the
definitely
fact-
excited to have you on, Hattie.
Oh, thank
So-
you. I'm excited to be on.
I was
Crazy.
I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I was literally just saying like how funny your TikTok videos are. I was just having a browse through your profile of all the what did you say on the travel company and like all the other videos that you've posted. I was howling. I spoke to you, Tash, about it. It was so funny. I love them.
It's just, it keeps me going. I actually make sure to check your account like every day. I need to see it. Like it keeps me going. Like, this is why we really wanted you on, like, because I don't feel like there's really anybody else out there. Like,
no, I think you're like the queen of TikTok in the anti-MLM history. Yeah, you are.
Honestly, like, we're gonna give it to you, honey, because no, but it's so important, and like people like us who have, you know, who've seen the light, and obviously we're going to go into it in more detail, but like it really helps in so many ways, whether it's just a laughter or giggle and be like, Jesus, that's what we were involved in.
I
like,
was
so many
triggered
emotions
by some of the things that you were stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this actually triggers me. Like,
did you see the one with the
coaching call?
You will know who the person is
Yeah.
Yes,
like,
Tash, you showed me that before this call, and I was like, oh my god, it's literally embarrassing that we used to sit on that call and just
did
get
you
told
sit
off
there and be like
that was a regular, like that was a regular.
Yeah, but also there was like this, like I was also shitting myself at how like she would just be like so like demanding, like it's crazy.
She's terrifying. I've seen quite a few YouTube videos of like really similar types of calls with said person, but she's terrifying. Like, I think like if my boss spoke to me like that, I'd be like, oh. Like,
it just wouldn't be allowed.
No,
it wouldn't. So
Can
true.
you imagine if your boss speaks like that?
Yeah. No, but it just wouldn't be allowed. And I think, I don't know if you've watched the one, there's one on YouTube, I think it's under Pyramid Hunter. There's a training call and she mentions my name.
Does she?
Yeah, I need to find it, and it's all about me like creating a three-way chat. Oh god, triggered.
I have seen that one. I think
she doesn't say my name right.
What's Pyramid? Oh yeah, she could never get your name.
It's okay.
What's Pyramid Hunter?
It's just
a YouTube account. Yeah.
Oh, is it a YouTube account? Oh right, okay.
I'm actually getting nervous even saying it. It's like
oh, I need to have a look at this.
These things are, oh well, it's so exciting. Okay, so we kind of just wanted to really dive in and basically kind of ask you, you know, what really made you get into producing this sort of content all about anti-MLM? I know we sort of briefly spoke about it, but I'd love for you to sort of share your story about, you know, why you got involved in crazy anti-MLM.
So it wasn't like kind of planned. It was just a case that like I've always kind of really disliked these companies. I've always hated them, but it was more of a case that they used to piss me off, and I used to get all these boss babe messages and I'd be like, stop it. And it wasn't
you probably got one from me, Hattie, sorry.
It's all right. It wasn't until I kind of started researching and kind of like went down the rabbit hole, you're like, oh shit, like this needs to be spoken about. And I kind of just made like a jokey video about it, and it was like, I look at the video now, I can't watch it because I'm like, it was back in November and I'm like, I'm embarrassed. Like, it's just like, I look at how much I know now compared to how much I did then, and it kind of like blew up and people were leaving comments asking me to make more, and I was like, okay. But I'm using TikTok because what I've realized is the algorithm on TikTok puts the videos out to people that weren't looking for it. So like on YouTube, people watch your content because they've gone looking for it. But on TikTok, it can come up like those types of, like the type of videos I'm doing can come up to anyone, people that didn't know that they kind of cared about this and
needed to see it.
Yeah. And they're so much easier to make, and that like I've made a couple of YouTube videos and they've taken me like hours, and I was like, what? but I can do a TikTok video in 5 minutes. So
and there's so much fun as well.
Yeah, it is fun. But it's also a case that like I really care about this stuff, and I think it's more like kind of being a voice for the people that are too kind of afraid to speak out about it themselves. Like I've never been in one of these companies. I've never been in an MLM. I have friends that have been, but so I don't care. Like the shady shit. I don't care.
Yeah, I love that about you as well. You're just like no bullshit kind of person. You just say it how it is. I think that's why I was like, when you showed me Hattie's profile, Tash, I was like instantly like, yes, I love like the way that you like say, like spread the message. It's very like down to the point 100%. And funny as well.
100%. And thank God you did, because I never was looking for it. I think you must have just popped up on my For You page. Like, and it's so cool because it really helps. And this is something we've been kind of talking about and opening up. There is a massive part when you leave an MLM where you really need this sort of recovery process. And the recovery process really comes in content like you're making, content I've watched on YouTube. Like it really is so powerful to so many people, which I'm sure you know, but it's so weird how it's so needed, and it really helps us create that like newfound freedom and personality since leaving. So it's done more than
like when obviously when we left our network marketing company, it definitely helped our like recovery process. And I guess as well it's probably helped us like start our own podcast, because we've got so much to talk about.
Definitely
what we were involved in.
It gives you that courage.
I think humor is quite a good way to kind of for that process, because there's only so much, like I look in some of the Facebook groups I'm in and it's like most of the people are victims. There are there's stuff going on that's horrific, but there's only so much like smothering kind of support.
Totally
like
agree.
I think humor is quite an effective way for people to kind of relate to it a bit more and kind of see like, oh shit, that's the reality of it.
100%.
There are different kind of content creators have different methods in the way that they put their content across, and some of the methods I think are great, some of them I don't agree with, even though they're the same message. It's the kind of delivery of the message that I don't necessarily agree with.
But
my kind of the way I do it is more of a case that I go for the companies and the business model and the shit products, as opposed to individuals. Like I use examples, but I will always cover faces. I'll always kind of cover names. But I think going for individual people, that's not
it's a bit distasteful. I think what you're doing is great, to be fair. I'm definitely a huge fan.
I think it's such a better way to do it. I think there is a place for that content, and I think it's great to like be aware of it and understand it. But I think within the bracket essentially of anti-MLM, you can really put yourself in a different place, and I think that's important. I think there needs to be different places. Like I still haven't really put myself in that category, although I'm in that category more than I'm not, because I don't want to come across as necessarily being hateful, and obviously you're going to get all that backlash anyway. So like becoming across as like a peaceful and just talking person, I feel like you can almost create that conversation in a better way. And obviously for you doing it like in a humorous way, you're making people laugh, you've got good intentions, and you're doing it out of love. You want people to be accountable at the end of the day. You want these companies to be accountable, which they bloody should be.
Exactly. It's the issue derives from the companies and from the recruitment aspect of it. It's not a case that one of the things I get the most is you're hating women for trying to make money, and I'm like, what kind of psychopath would I be if I'd made this whole TikTok account because I had an issue with people making money? Like, no. I want people to make money, of course I do, and it's just
spamming other people.
Exactly. And the fact like that, you can't really ignore the statistics.
No, you can't.
The fact that so many people aren't making a penny, and it's just insane. Like It's the 99% that we kind of speak for, not the 1% at the top that are making tens of thousands of pounds a month.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy. I was watching one of your videos about the statistics, and it kind of leads me on to my next question, really, because I think, well, me and Tash were both involved in a company that sells travel. I'm not too sure if we want to kind of say the name yet. I'm not too sure if we want to do that, but we were involved in that network marketing company, and I know you've touched on it before. So what are your views on that company, on that sales travel?
I think that
be brutally honest.
Go for it. Unleash the demon.
They're one of the most blatant pyramid schemes out there at the minute. I don't know if you want me to name them. But they have two sides of the company. One side of the company just sells travel, the other side is the recruitment side. They're two separate companies, but you can sign up just to the recruitment side and just pay the monthly fee and recruit. What is that then, if it's not a pyramid scheme? And the income disclosure they release so clearly states that the recruitment is the way to make money. Like, I think it was this last year, it was 97.68% of the people were earning less than the travel startup fee, which is just insane. Crazy. And it's so blatantly obvious as to what it actually is. And the fact that they've been so heavily focused on recruitment over the last 12 months, like I'd never heard of them until about 10 months ago when someone tried to recruit me.
No way.
And the fact they've been kind of quite under the radar for a few years, and in the last 12 months since COVID's happened and people can't travel, that's when they've decided to blow up and start recruiting loads of people. It's just absolutely insane.
And like, how crazy is it, like, they are trying to recruit people in the middle of a pandemic? Like, I just like, that just screams like this is a scam. Isn't it? Like, what on earth? How can you recruit people for a travel company when there's no travel going around?
Exactly.
Currently?
And you look at the rest of the travel industry, you look at the job cuts in TUI and Hayes Travel, like legitimate travel agents. What makes you think that this MLM travel company will pay you all this money with no experience when the rest of the travel industry is on its arse? Like,
it makes no sense.
And we were one of them.
We fell for it.
Even like last year, like we were saying, because we had Gorgeous Charlotte on, like this time last year, even like March, like we were in the height of it. Like that was probably like my biggest part. Like I hit my like promotion where I had 50 people on my team. Like that was like the biggest part where we were like, yeah, this is a great time. People need our help. You know, it's all this, like people are losing money. They need a secondary income source. It's almost like you had this like newfound purpose with all the training. We got on trainings with like Eric Worre and Fraser Brooks, and you know, it was all about how when the economy goes down, network marketing rises, and we're here to help people. And it's so scary to now think about it how we think about it now. And obviously, you know, all the statistics that we speak about, how these manipulation tactics are formed, and how, you know, it's turned on from
brainwashed.
One way,
it was so brainwashed.
It's really weird.
Absolutely insane. And the concept that when they always say this, when the economy is down, when the country, the world is going through a kind of crisis, that's when network marketing rises. Like, what? Like,
I know,
that doesn't crazy. Show it in itself. And you can look at individual people, and when most people that join network marketing, they're encouraged to tell their story as to why they've joined, and all of them tell their story that I was in a really bad place, blah 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 blah, XYZ, and then I found this company.
Oh my god, that's me.
But it just shows you that people don't join these companies when their life is going great. And
they target the vulnerable.
Exactly.
Definitely. Or like there's everyone kind of seems to fit the mold. The victim is always like the same, isn't it? Like, you know, financial issues, you're not in a great job or not in a great situation, whatever it may be, they will always pick, like, that is the perfect target for them.
Exactly.
It's
absolutely insane. But they don't target like kind of businessmen that work on Canary Wharf. Like, there's a certain demographic of what they target, and it's worrying the fact that 90% of the people in the UK that are in network marketing are women. Why?
Yeah. What is that?
I'm still trying to work out why.
There was only a few males in our company, in the travel company, but it wasn't that many at all, was it?
No, not at all. I feel like probably because us women are maybe more controllable in this environment when we're all doing the same and we all want that sisterhood. And of course, like, you know, that's another topic in itself. Like every single like MLM, as it seems, really loves to play on the whole empowering women and embodying women. It's all this empowerment, you know, we do it together, we're a sisterhood, and of course that's so gorgeous, and like, you know, we all love to connect and make connections, but it is a toxic trait to have as well, isn't it? Because it really sucks you in. And God, I was a culprit because I love people, I love meeting people, and I was a culprit and I loved it. I fed off it, like it was great. It's almost like a drug, and they kind of, that's like a big tactic, and women sort of get more sucked in, I think, than maybe men. I'm not sure.
I agree. They use a lot of kind of feminist ideologies to bring people in, like join the sisterhood, we're your girlfriends, girl boss, all of that kind of stuff. But
it's scary
with that many people losing money. And if you look at the owners of these companies, I'm yet to find a company that isn't owned or co-owned by a man. So
very true.
These men are sitting at the top of these companies making millions of dollars every year at the expense of these women losing money. It's just,
oh my God, yes, Hattie, that's such a good point. That is so scary, isn't it?
That's so wild.
I think maybe as well, for such a long time, we've always been paid less than men. Men have always had a hand when it comes to that, to any sort of profession. So maybe that's why, again, they probably pick on the females, because we obviously have been so undermined for so long, which could be an interesting,
it's like a power control, isn't it? It's like, like thinking women can get their independence when actually you're not having it.
Exactly. And it's the mum thing as well. They always talk about mums. Spend more time with your kids. Do you want to be able to treat your kids? And it's like, why? I just want to know that. It infuriates me that I don't know the truth about this, and the truth as to why
you'll get there,
why it is women. Like there are kind of theories that I have, but you just have to look at these companies, and all of them are makeup, weight loss, skincare, like kind of really female orientated products, with the exception of IML, which are the Forex one. But yeah, they're all, it's just absolutely insane. I know. Every time I think about it, it just baffles me. Like when I research these companies, I always say this, I always think nothing can shock me, and then it will be through research or it will be through my message requests on Instagram. Something does shock me, and I'm like, I thought I couldn't be shocked anymore.
Literally. And I think on that sort of topic, why do you feel like, which we were sort of sucked into, why do you feel like everyone thinks that they're making all this money and everyone likes to put on that they're making all this money when actually nobody is? Like, I feel like this is something that I don't really understand, and I don't know if we ever will. Like, why is it such a big thing that you're going to make money, make a side hustle, all this stuff? We know that 99% of people are losing it. So this massive lie and like exaggeration is just full in all of them. Like it's crazy. It's so scary.
It is crazy. I think part of it is the kind of fake it till you make it, like the people up your upline right at the top, your director upline, whatever you want to call them. In a lot of these MLMs, they do tell people to fake it till you make it. They tell them to buy designer stuff so they can show it off on their Instagram. Marketing. They say if you go on holiday, you have to say the business gave me the money to be able to have this holiday.
Oh my God, so triggering.
I think part of it as well is people genuinely don't kind of take into account how much money they're spending. I compare it to gambling. So if you're like a kind of gambling addict or anything like that, it's easy to see the wins, and you could have a big win on whatever, but once you're considering how much money you have spent on losses to get that win, you haven't actually made that much money. And I think it's similar in network marketing, because you can be spending all this money on product or monthly fees for your travel. You see your pay go in, you show it off on your Instagram. I've earned £500 this month. But how much have you spent to
so true.
So true.
The 99% figure doesn't include expenses. No, it does include expenses, whereas the income disclosure statements don't.
Because I was so naive to it all. I don't think I didn't count my outgoings and my ingoings once, I don't think. And I definitely was the fake it till you make it girl. On Instagram, it would say to us like, you know, if you haven't had a holiday, just repost all of the holiday photos and just put like a really cool quote that you found on Pinterest and just literally fake the fuck out of it. I was that person.
So bad.
It's like it's just a weird technique that they drill into us to do.
Well, it's like that was like techniques. The attraction marketing, wasn't it? Because
and it's
we're
like,
trying to attract
don't
people.
Anything negative on your feed, because you'll come across as that no one's going to want to come to you if you put something negative on your feed, and it's just it's
can't be you. You become a robot.
Yeah, you do.
Completely become a robot.
It's absolutely insane. Like I look at people I know in real life that are in MLMs now, and I watch them on social media. I'm like, that isn't you talking.
No.
Like I know a girl who's just joined the Body Shop, and she's normally really quiet, really quite reserved. She's quite open about the fact she suffers with anxiety and things like that. And I'm watching her go live on Facebook every day, and I'm like, that isn't. And I'm watching her, and she looks terrified.
Oh, that's so sad. They really push you out of your comfort zone to do that sort of thing. But I mean, I'm all for like pushing people out of their comfort zone, but to do something that is like not good is so horrible. To go live,
100%.
about something that's like not good for you.
It's always like get terrified going live on TikTok, and it scares me. I rarely do it. I think I've only been live 4 times because I'm so scared by it in case of what people say. And at
least you've got like a strong message, you know. At least you've got 100%. A strong message. But for the people that are going live that are doing network marketing, like bloody hell, like it, I don't think I did it. Did you do it, Tash? Did you?
I did it a few
close
times.
Up? Did you? Oh god,
but
I don't think I had the balls to do it.
The way I sort of see it though, it's like you can go live for yourself, and like you can go out your comfort zone for yourself, like I don't know, jumping out of a plane for yourself. But imagine doing that because someone else tell you to do it. Imagine jumping out of a plane because someone told you to get out of your comfort zone, so go jump out of a plane. Like it's such a different way. Of course, getting out of your comfort zone is so important, and that's how we grow and all that jargon. But
it's like
you've got to do it for yourself.
It's like we are being told, like we're constantly looking up to this leader to tell us what to do. Similar to a cult, really, isn't it? Idolizing. It's like you're idolizing this person. And the techniques that they use are they are similar to cults. Would you
completely agree?
I mean, that was what I was going to ask you. Do you think it's similar to cults?
Absolutely. Commercial cults is how I describe them, because I've actually looked into it, and you look at the kind of characteristics of a cult, and so many of them are applicable to MLMs. Like, so in cults, there's an aspect of kind of behavior control and brainwashing and kind of changing people's thoughts. Look at MLMs. I don't know, there are some MLMs that do this a lot, like Valentas do this a lot, but were you ever told to change your mindset? You need to do affirmations, you need to be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning
all the time, all of that.
That is kind of it's behavior control, and it's changing people's and it's just, and the fact that everyone idolizes the people at the top, like they're godlike. There's so many aspects to it that are so kind of transferable.
So scary. We would have the 5:45 calls, you know, especially throughout lockdown. It was all to like get that community vibe going, give a bit of value, and it was almost sort of like, well, you don't want it if you're not getting up on them, you know. And it's like,
exactly, they would make you feel so shit if you're not on the call. You
have no excuse, like if we were locked down. And
the fact that they say to you, you're a travel business owner, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, but someone else is telling you to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go on a Zoom call.
I know. Isn't that what it's called, like doublespeak? This is something I'm learning about. So it's like they'll say one thing to get you in recruit wise, but then there's another reason or another thing when you're involved. There's so much of that.
They'll say things like, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, but also they will say, our CEO is so great. So I'm still trying to learn about it and like kind of get my head around it, but from my understanding, it's a technique they use, like a kind of psychological technique to evade prosecution. So I don't know how that ties in. That's just what I'm still kind of trying to piece it together. But things like, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, but they will also say, our CEO is amazing, this company is amazing, this company has allowed me to do this. Which one is it? They'll say about the products, they'll say it's all vegan and natural and all of this, but then they'll say we've got this super scientific like laboratory, like it's I can't,
which clearly is not vegan.
What I'm trying to say,
but... or the Mercedes that used to get me, because I did Arbonne for a bit. Said the name. So I did that before, and I couldn't understand this whole like vegan like blah products, and everyone wants to get this Mercedes, and I was literally thinking, oh my god, surely that Mercedes is leather. I'm so confused.
It's
it doesn't make any sense.
Mercedes, I just find it hilarious. It's Arbonne Mercedes is so iconic in kind of anti-MLM, like
there's loads of memes.
It's just hilarious. The fact I found one on Auto Trader, it was like a 20 plate car, and I didn't find it, that's a complete lie, someone sent it to me and then I found it. And it was a 20 plate car, and they sent it was up on Auto Trader a few months ago, which means the car must have been less than a year old, so they must have reached regional vice president, whatever it is, taken out the lease in their own name for the car, and then she put, I'm selling it due to a change in personal circumstances, which she could have just said, I'm getting a new car or anything, but it just told me something has fallen apart with Arbonne and she is stuck with the finance for this car and she has to clear it, so she's selling it. And
no way, that's so bad.
Nothing is what it seems.
No, like, it never is. It's all such a fake facade.
I know. The cars are one of the biggest kind of scams in all of it, I think. The fact that you get a free car, but you have to take it out in your name, you have to pay for insurance and tax and everything else. If you drop rank, you have to pay it. We won't pay it. Like, it's just
like
mad.
if people knew that, they wouldn't join Arbonne.
Oh, Arbonne are a scam. They're a complete scam.
It's skincare, isn't it? I've never done Arbonne.
It's all of the above.
Everything.
It's like green balance,
weight loss,
fizz sticks. Fizz sticks are their great ones. So it's like, don't have your coffee. What the fuck is a
fizz stick?
It's like a coffee replacement, and it's got a load of rubbish in it.
Oh my god, that's so bad. I'm so against those sort of companies. Like, just have a coffee. Like, please don't have a fizz stick. Just have a coffee.
But it's also like, I don't like it because it preys on like diet culture, and it's so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. Like, you don't need all this stuff to lose weight. Like, you've got to do it the way you want to. Even if you want to do that, like, you know, I hate that it's so pushy, and I hate that it really makes the people involved, you know, have to do it, because you have to. And
it's preying on women again, isn't it? Like, men aren't
preying on our
insecurities. It's on our insecurities.
It's so absolutely insane. I think there's some of those types of MLMs, I think, are the most dangerous, because they're not just financially dangerous, they can actually harm people as well physically. And the fact that I could join Herbalife or Juice Plus, any of them, with no qualifications in nutrition or healthcare, nothing, and I could be selling these weight loss products, making all these ridiculous claims as to what they can do. I'm not qualified to give that kind of information, and so are most of the people in these companies, and I think that can be really, really damaging.
Definitely.
So true.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
It's so weird even to think that Herbalife is still going, because I feel like that's been so archaic, but then I feel like it's so endorsed by like celebrities now. And I feel like that's what's keeping it going.
You know what shocked me?
I think a lot of people don't even know Herbalife is an MLM, but it's the same with because they're on a similar scale to Avon in terms of kind of revenue and the size of the company, and I think they've kind of surpassed the big MLMs, the likes of Arbonne and Juice Plus, the ones that most people know. I think they've gone above and beyond in regards to recognition. So a lot of people don't actually know their MLMs.
Yeah. Was it you, Hattie, that put a video up that is it one of the Geordie stars? They do the travel business.
Yeah.
Was it Vicky?
Vicky, yeah.
I was so shocked. I didn't realise that these celebrities do that sort of
her mum's just become a director.
I was so shocked when that came out.
Yeah, she's recruited her own mum.
That is ridiculous. And of course they're going to get money. Like, they're already at the top. They've already got the advantage. Yeah. It's so stupid.
It's not really known whether they are paid to recruit for them, but it really doesn't sit right with me, because with the likes of Vicky Patterson and Chloe Ferry, who does Herbalife, there are young people that idolize them. And if they saw on their Instagram, you can join my team and be on Zoom calls with me, XYZ. There's a lot of people that will join just to get close to that person.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a completely kind of demographic of targeting the vulnerable, targeting the kind of influential people, because they know with a large following, they can recruit 100, 1,000 people really, really quickly.
They can really take advantage of that, definitely.
Yeah, well, Mario Falcone got involved too. He came to an event, we were there, but I don't know if he's doing it anymore.
Yeah, he was there at an event. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, he was at an event. That was a funny
event. Chelsea Healy's in it as well, and
I'm not sure Danielle.
Not Danielle Armstrong, not Daniela Westbrook. Danielle Armstrong?
No, yeah, from Towie. Danny.
Is she blonde?
Yeah. No, she's in Herbalife. She's in Herbalife,
but there's someone in the travel one.
Thank you.
It's all right.
I don't know.
It's Danielle. I don't even know her name. She's apparently a celebrity. But I actually spoke to. Do you watch Love Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you know Amy Hart?
Yeah.
So I've spoken to her occasionally, and she said that she's had messages to join the travel MLM, and they told her that if she joined, she would be earning 400 grand a month. 400 grand a month.
400 grand.
Yeah. And the fact that they are telling these celebrities that they can be earning that kind of money, which isn't even true. If you look at the income disclosure statement, no one in the travel MLM is earning 400 grand a month. And the fact that I don't think many of them are even earning that a year, but the fact that they're telling these celebrities that to get them in, it just shows like the kind of extent they will go.
I wonder who was saying that on a message. I know someone who used to try and get the celebs in, so I wonder if it's her.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been blocked by most of them now, which is such a really weird thing to have to come to terms with, because I did really make some good friends, I thought. Yeah. But that is the one thing. To go back to the sort of cult conversation, I think
it's a technique that they use.
Realize actually, you know, who your friends are. I mean, God, I still do have some friends who are involved who aren't as sucked in, or sort of have their own vibe, which is so great, and they aren't super consumed, didn't get like how I got. But that technique when you leave, and the blocking and so on, thankfully haven't had any hate, which I'm grateful for now.
So, I haven't had
so crazy.
Just kind of blocking out all that. We're just classed as negative Nellies at the moment, so we're just getting blocked out of everyone's lives.
I get it all the time, and I've never even been in one. The word negative. I'm like, okay, fine.
I know.
It's just funny, but yeah, the cult. Another kind of characteristic of a cult is demonizing people for leaving and cutting people off for leaving the cult, and it's literally completely transferable to MLMs, because if you leave an MLM, your uplines, there's a chance your uplines will block you. For people that you considered your friends and your sisterhood, they're gonna block you, and it's just
It's so
it just blows my mind.
I don't think I speak to any of them now, to be honest. There's a couple of people that I speak to, and thank God we had some really good news today that one of my close friends who was in my team has now left.
Shout out.
Yeah, she's listened to our podcast and it's been helping us. So that's been like a big step. Like that's been a huge achievement for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't speak to them nowadays. They've kind of blocked me out because I'm being negative, or we haven't had any hate yet. I'm still waiting for that.
I know, but I don't want us to like manifest it though.
No one thinks
because we keep saying it. Like I would rather not. Like please don't. I'll just probably say thank you. Have a nice day. Like I mean, TikTok's the worst for it, isn't it?
It's absolutely insane. Like mine, because my first kind of few videos blew up really quickly. So the majority of the hate I got was in the first week of me doing TikTok, and I was like in bits. I was like, what am I doing? Because I didn't know. It was kind of like naive of me, but I didn't know exactly the extent of how controversial this topic can be. And it all kind of just came at once, and I was like, oh my god. And I messaged other creators like, what do you do when you have this? Like I messaged Charlotte and Victoria, Miss Bonley. I was like, how do you cope with it? And they kind of gave me some tips, but over time it's become so much easier because firstly it's the same comments, like copied and pasted. They're almost copied and pasted. It's the same kind of 10 different arguments every single time. So I know how to respond to them now.
Is it from Huns?
Oh yeah, always from Huns. Always from Huns. A few, it's you're bashing people for trying to make money, you're jealous. If I was jealous, I would join an MLM. There's nothing stopping me doing that at all. Why are you so obsessed? You're obsessed with it. Okay, fine, whatever.
But honestly, I can actually say from when I was so hooked in and like loved it, and so it becomes you, like you're almost like embody it, like it becomes part of your like blood, or like I don't know, now I kind of talk of it like almost like you've got the virus in you, like this MLM virus, and you can see on like the talking stories. But I never forget when someone sent me, can't think of her name, Ellen in Wonderland or something her name might be, she's got a really great YouTube channel, and she did a debunking on the company we were a part of, nearly said it, and it was like I literally be like, why has somebody got this much time on their hands to be so mean about something that we're doing so well and we're helping people? Like I don't understand. Like I literally remember having those emotions and be like, how could someone have the energy to do that and hate on people? So
I can think the same.
It's so weird now having that flip of
we were so brainwashed. And also like whenever there was a negative comment, or if someone like saw something negative, you would instantly put it into the group like, oh my god, like how do I respond to this negative feedback and all this kind of stuff? And it's just like it's like all the sisterhood just pounces, like it's literally like a cult. Everyone's so brainwashed and they just all say the same thing. Like it's mad.
I would love to see like group chats or team groups from my videos, like because I know for a fact that my videos will have been posted in group chats. I would pay money to read the conversation because I just find it funny now. Like nothing they can say can upset me anymore. I had the worst of it at the start, and I'm like
happy.
It's just hilarious. But there are certain companies that are worse than others for it. But
definitely, I can imagine.
Oh god. Well, I mean, I suppose the other side of that is, what would you say has really been the most positive from creating this content? Like, do you feel like some really goodness has come from doing it? I'm sure it has.
Definitely. The best part of it is when, like, my favorite part of it is when I get messages on Instagram saying, hi, I used to be a part of FM. I used to be a part of Juice Plus. I've been watching your videos. I've decided to leave. That is the best
feeling.
That is the best feeling, and it just every time it's just better and better. And one of my favorite ones is I speak to quite a lot of people that are in network marketing now, and they're not militant. They're not militant in their kind of disagreement with me, and I have really good conversations with them. I'm friends with a lot of them, and there's probably about 10 different people that are in network marketing, but I still talk to like weekly. And gradually, one by one, they're messaging me saying, I've decided to leave. And I'm like,
yes,
and
that's
it's
such an achievement.
Yeah, it feels like I've recruited someone. That is the feeling you get when you recruit.
Literally. Oh, do you know what we used to do? We used to have like WhatsApp chats purely for like recruitment, and we'd get to send in a selfie saying that we got a business
recruitment selfie.
Recruitment selfie, and then everyone would be like, woohoo, well done, like that gratification you start really
crave.
It's like sales though. Like I worked in sales for 7 years, and it's like the feeling of closing a big sale you've been working on. It is a good feeling, and you do the sense of gratification you get from your managers and all of that kind of stuff. You do get a kick out of it. So I can imagine like
that's what it is
when you're in this kind of bubble of everyone wanting the same thing and getting the kind of, I don't know.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's like you feel bad if you don't get that sign up selfie. It's like honestly, it's all those sort of techniques that cults use. What did you say? Commercial cults.
Commercial cults.
Commercial cults. I really want to look into that a bit more, because it definitely sounds so similar, that the way that they use these sort of techniques to get people in and to keep people in as well. That's why I stayed in for so long, because you just crave that gratification all the time.
Of course. And we used to have Sunday night calls, which I think still go on, and it's all about getting shouted out on these calls in front of hundreds of people. You know, look how great I am.
The thing that I find so weird as well is the kind of, obviously it's pyramid shaped, but in a regular company, the pyramid shape is hierarchical. So your manager has authority over you. In an MLM pyramid, your upline has no authority over you. They're not your manager, they're not your boss, nothing. But there's the culture of it is the person at the top, they can tell you what to do, they can do, and it's just, it's just insane. Like, they're not managers, they're not, there's no authority there. Everyone's got the same level of authority, but they're in this thing that, I don't know, the people at the top, they can tell you what to do, and and I think that's where a lot of the problems come from, because people want to impress the people at the top. They want to be shouted out on the Zoom calls, and it's like, why?
It's so weird. Like, thinking back at it now, like I was so brainwashed because I just wanted that gratification.
But so many of us do it. And if we go back to what we were saying about like vulnerability, like so many people are so vulnerable, so then they crave that gratification to make them feel better. It's like this vicious circle, isn't it? Because those are people they're preying on, and they know what they want to feed that ego. And now it's like you know, MLM sort of stem from recruitment, retaining, and repeating. That's how I look at it now. It's like the 3 R's. Got to focus on recruitment, focus on retaining, and then keep going until you literally explode. Because it's always this like what's the quotes I'm sure you laugh at, but we always say them as triggering. It's like, everything you want is over the other side of fear or consistency. You know, it's like, when do you stop and just go, look what I've done? There's nothing of that. There's never like, oh, well done, you've done a good job now, you know, you can just slow down. And it's never that. It's like, keep going, you're on this hamster wheel. It's just bizarre. That's one thing that really got me. It's like, am I ever good enough? Like, I've got a, you know, relatively good team. It's like, can you just, I don't know, it's just weird. Now I'm so happy, like, we don't have to worry about that feeling.
Yeah, we've got total freedom now.
Yeah.
Goodbye, MLM. Hello, freedom.
Yay! Nails it. Oh, well, I think we've literally nailed that episode, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, so I loved all of your comments, Hattie, and
you're just the queen of it all.
What were you gonna say? I think my Zoom is just like lagging, like you keep freezing, guys. I think it's my Zoom.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's just me. Go on.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
It's not you. Okay, so I think we need to sort of go on to our little small business shout out. If you have one, Hattie, that would be great. If you don't, then don't worry. It can be a content person, you know, YouTuber or whatever, like, or even a family member. I see you have a talented family member, or whatever, you know.
I'm going to shout out 2 of my family. I can't shout out just 2 of them. I've got 5 siblings. No, I'm going to shout out 2 of them. So my sister Ellie, who is, how pregnant is she now? She's due in August, so
pretty pregnant.
Yeah, 6 months. No, I don't know. 5 months pregnant, and she runs her own dance company. It's called Atomic Dance.
Wow.
So if you're in Warwickshire and you've got children, she can teach your kids how to dance. And also a shout out to my little brother Teddy, who he's a footballer at Aston Villa, and hopefully should be playing in the FA Youth Cup next week in the quarterfinals.
Yay! That's amazing.
Yeah, away at Newcastle, up the Villa.
Woo! Yes.
Villa, yes.
Oh, you're gonna hate me, Tash. I haven't thought of a small business again. This is like a running thing. I'm not even trying to make this a joke. Like, I just always forget.
Right. Well, let me do. I'll do my spiel. So first, small business I don't actually know, but she liked my recent Instagram, and I thought, let's go for it, because I'm now starting to figure out where my purpose is in life since leaving an MLM, and I want to focus on, you know, helping people go vegan if they want to, mainly focus on the learning side, like kind of what you do, Hattie. You know, you now focus on the research side of these MLMs. I want to help people focus on the learning side, and then if they want to go and transition into being a vegan, then I can help too. But this girl, I'm not shouting at myself, although it might sound like it. Let me know if you want my help though. So she's got a bakes company, very.vegan.bakes, looks absolutely gorgeous, vegan cakes. Of course, I am a sucker for cakes, bake, you know, all that yummy stuff. Like, you know, I can still eat it as long as it's vegan. So go check her out. Looks gorgeous. And of course, love supporting the small biz. I can't wait to try some at some point. I probably will order very soon.
Yeah, I love cake. Okay, right. Well, I will shout out the small. I'm going to shout out the coffee shop I've been going to recently. That's in my area. I think it's Myrtle's Cafe, but I mean, I'll tag it in here. I'll make sure I research it and got the right name, but I'm pretty sure it's Myrtle's Cafe. And yeah, it's they do bloody fantastic cappuccinos, I'll tell you that. Cappuccino with soya milk.
Woo!
Yeah, it's great. So I'm going to shout out Myrtle's Cafe. Big up Myrtle's Cafe.
Love that. Oh, well, thank you so much again, Hattie.
Thank you, Hattie. It's been lovely
speaking to you. It's been really fun.
Loved it. And yeah.
Where can people find you on TikTok?
Yeah.
So my TikTok username is hattie.louise.
Lovely.
And that's it.
Perfect.
You're on YouTube as well, did you say?
Yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same username on YouTube.
We'll tag it below as well, so everyone can check you out. Go over, watch your videos, have a laugh, and really understand the truth. The tea gets spilt over in Hattie's channel. Thank you, Hattie.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.